Okay, I will call the City of Fort Atkinson Plan Commission meeting to order in person and via Zoom, Tuesday, December 12th, 2023 at 4 p.m. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gray,
Here.
Commissioner Highfield,
Here.
Commissioner Kesenick,
Here.
Commissioner Scholl,
Here.
Council Representative Schultz. Don't see yet. Engineer Selly,
Here.
Manager Houseman.
Here, I did receive notification from Councilmember Schultz that he will not be here.
That's right.
Okay, number 3 is review and possible action relating to the minutes of the November 28, 2023 regular Plan Commission meeting.
I move approval of the minutes.
I'll second. Highfield.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Number 4 is review and possible action on a special area design review for 214 South Main Street. This is special area design review -2023-04. Jed Drager, please.
That's better. Good afternoon. This special area design review, as we just heard, in particular, this project comes to a design alteration review, which is primarily when it comes to changing the exterior, not just simply repainting and refurbishing the outside, just changing the appearance, but not exactly adding to the structure itself. So it's kind of in the middle. So as you can see in there, the 214 South Main, as we all know, on Main Street is in need of repair. If you drive by it right now, what happened is they were trying to investigate what was behind some of the facade in there, and they discovered that it was not quite as they saw or as they anticipated. So what they're proposing now is to redo the front of that, change the windows up top, as well as the windows on the storefront and the main store door, upgrading the metals on the outside of those to be more in line with what our ordinances call for, which is that dark bronze color rather than the aluminum, as well as above the storefront. Those would be glass, but they would be faux. So they are appearance of windows, but they are actually still framing behind them. Those would also be wrapped in a dark bronze as well. And then with the color choices that you saw in there, you also see towards the recommendations that we were looking for HPC approval on this. They actually met this morning and approved this and did give a suggestion of 2 of the color choices or color combinations, I should say, that were in there. Their primary choice was the Rockwood Sash Green and the Artichoke, or the Peacock Plume and the Rockwood Jade. I did speak with Mr. Logan earlier before the meeting to see which color goes where in particular, and his response was that's above his pay grade. He's open to suggestions from Plan Commission if they had a preference. Otherwise, that was going to be determined by his designer as far as once they figured out what the brick itself would look like in appearance and color once they clean that up and get the paint off of the surface. I guess I would be opening any questions. One other recommendation from the city staff is there was some alternate design, or excuse me, some repairs for the bottom portion of the front facade below the storefront windows, to either maintain or repair or replace the brick that is below there, or to do stucco. We recommend that we would ask that they keep that as brick.
That was area H.
That would be H, yes.
And the proposal as they're proposing it is not to do, is to do what with H?
Either repair or replace the brick as needed. And then they had an and or do stucco there.
Do you know, did HPC weigh in at all on the brick versus stucco?
No.
I did have a conversation with Marilee,
Okay.
and she did indicate that, you know, their preference or her preference from the historic perspective would be to
Okay.
continue with the brick,
Very good.
not
Yeah,
allow the stucco.
I had a discussion with her as well. I just did not get that bit of information.
Okay, any questions from the Plan Commission relating to colors or any discussion relating to those?
I actually have the,
colors?
oh, sorry to cut you off. I actually have the color swatches here if you'd like to see them. They're a little slightly different than the scanned colors, so.
My question has to do with the what's called the brick arch, I assume that's the cornice above the 3 second story.
The B, yep, B up there, yep.
It's the trim around.
Right,
Above the window,
Ab-
not the brick itself.
correct,
Brick is
yep,
going
the,
to stay natural.
the brick is gonna stay natural. They're gonna actually do, I think it's an almond shell, just to kind of blast the paint that's currently on there off and get it back to restore it to the original brick.
I think
So-
that was walnut.
Walnut,
brown.
yes, you're correct. That would be a little more hard. Yes, that would make more sense. Sorry, that one's a little new to me for using.
That was new to me too. That's the only reason I remembered it was because we were,
Jed, are the windows on the main level going to be see-through or are they opaque?
No, those will be transparent. Yep, yep. We'll be able
Hope
to.
you can see inside.
Correct, yep. It'll
Okay.
be stay a regular storefront up their front there. Simply what they're doing in F and G, is G is they're replacing the glass that's in that door, maintaining the door itself, unless they cannot get it wrapped in that bronze, and then they would replace it with a commercial door. And then F there in that location, there's aluminum trim around the current windows there. The glass is staying and they're wrapping that aluminum in the dark bronze to update the front facade and keep it more towards that dark bronze color.
And E is a stairwell to the upstairs?
Yes,
And is there an exterior door on the sidewalk level or is there no door there?
that is the door, yep.
it's set back.
It's, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
So the spandrel glass above the storefront window is opaque, correct?
Correct, just the D going across there, yep. So on E, yeah, they're having scrape and paint that door. That's currently there.
The aluminum, on the aluminum door, also going to be.
Replaced and covered with bronze, yep, the dark bronze, so it'll be all consistent throughout the building.
Pretty typical to put vinyl windows in a commercial building like that, is that?
We prefer aluminum. That's what we want. They're keeping the main area as aluminum up top. After discussions with Andrew, they were having troubles with that actual application. Vinyl is going to be a painted dark bronze as well, and then the metal, it'll have a metal wrap around it. That'll also be that dark bronze. So I'll have aluminum around the window itself. I think from the street side, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference.
So the interior will look like a vinyl window, and the exterior will look like.
Correct, upstairs, yeah.
Any discussion from the plan commission on those color choices? The ropewood and artichoke versus, let's see, the other two there.
The peacock.
Yeah,
I prefer the darker.
yeah, that was my preference as well. And then we would be looking maybe to make a recommendation relating to which one would be the primary and which one would be the secondary for the,
According to the owner, Andrew, it was up to us if we wanted to make a recommendation. It was not particular which one went where.
okay.
Hi, I just wanted to say that online, I can't hear Commissioner Gray or Commissioner Kucinich at all. So I've kind of missed what those questions have been. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Diana. I
Thank
was
you.
muted.
That's much better.
My questions were relating to the color and finish of the trim around the aluminum door, which was going to be replaced with dark bronze. The fact that the spandrel windows, section D, those were going to be opaque, and that the trim above the windows on the second floor is what was going to be painted. It wasn't going to be the brick itself. I think that was primarily my questions.
Great, thanks.
So Jed, when on A and B, where it refers to the historic green Is that, would that be the green
That'd
of the
be-
two colors that we are looking at?
I think it'd be either or alternating them is what, they're both a historic green and from the applicant standpoint.
Okay,
And I think it was really undecided which color was gonna go where at the time. Mhm.
okay. So these are both to be kind of trim colors.
Correct, yep. And the building itself will maintain the brick itself, the natural brick.
Okay. Do you know if they were planning to paint, so I see G is that replace that broken glass and paint the aluminum frame. Is the, around that door frame, would that be painted?
I would, yeah, I would likely anything wood is gonna be painted one of the two colors itself.
Do we have any idea what use he's going to make of the building?
I did not inquire on that.
I mean, if,
It's
It-
maintaining that storefront appearance. It would have to be a commercial setup on the main floor.
I think my understanding was that he's already broken through that wall and that's continuing to be used as.
Going to be part of the
his-
Blackhawk?
As part of his Blackhawk, is that correct?
I would have to review those plans from 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay. That was my understanding, and I could be wrong, that it could be a whole separate use, but I think that he has moved that first floor use into,
I believe that was part of the original plan, yes,
Okay.
but I don't know how far he went with those. Per discussions with him, those approvals have expired.
okay.
So anything else would have to be approved through city approvals.
So potentially this could be a separate use, a separate.
It could, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, okay. Questions, comments, concerns, recommendations from the plan commission here? I think if the plan commission is ready to move forward with this, project, I think we would be looking for a motion that included a, condition that the, exterior brick identified as H on the facade remain brick. And then as well as, a color pair. And then if the plan commission wants to suggest a primary and a secondary for that color pair, I think that would be appropriate. If the plan commission in general doesn't have a preference, then I think the plan commission could leave that to the design team, Andrew's, the applicant's design team. But if there is a preference, in both the color, swatches and then as to which one is a primary and which one is a secondary, I think that would be appropriate to be included in the motion.
I would recommend that the color combination be the Rookwood sash green as the primary and the artichoke as the secondary.
Can you slide down so we could see those colors, please?
The top right.
So when HPC took a look at this, they recommended either this Rookwood sash green and artichoke, or you want to scroll down just a little bit, Andy, that peacock plume and Rookwood jade. I concur with that.
I made a motion, I think.
What was that motion to approve this project with those as the color choice?
Yes, thank you very
As
much.
well as area H remaining brick?
Correct.
Okay, so just to reiterate, the motion on the floor is that the project be approved by the plan commission, subject to area H remaining brick and the Rookwood and artichoke color choices, with the Rookwood being the primary and the artichoke color being the secondary. So that is the
I'll sec-
motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Highfield. So we have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments or further discussion by the Plan Commission? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Adjournment.
I move adjournment.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned at 4:16 PM. Thank you.